Today's video is covering the top 5 tips for how to pick your destination. All of the little tips and tricks that the professionals use to make sure they're picking the best place for your next trip. So are you ready? Let's go. Hey, welcome back everybody. My name is Linda Jones. I am the CEO of Crafted Travel Company and the author of Travel Agent Secrets. This channel is all about travel planning tips and tricks, destination reviews, and travel inspiration. So if you'd like to learn more and always be notified of our next videos, please click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Now, today we're going to be covering the top 5 tips for how to pick your destination. A lot of times you have an upcoming vacation and you just can't decide where you should go. These are the tips and tricks the professionals use to make sure they're picking the absolute best destination for our clients and for ourselves. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, tip number 1 is to decide on your budget. Now, this is one of the top things you need to do when you're deciding where you want to go on your next trip. You need to know how much you're willing to spend, how long you're going to be gone, how much of that you want to spend on airfare versus lodging versus hotels and things to do. Pick out what you can afford and what you want your budget to be, because this is going to be integral to deciding on what destination that you're going to pick. The other thing you want to do is decide on the style. So do you want it to be relaxing? Do you want it to be active? Do you want to explore a new country? Is it a family vacation? Is it a group vacation with, parents? Is it a cruise? Decide what style. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact. You can maybe have a top 3 if you can't decide, but try to hone in on what kind of experience and what kind of vibe you're looking for your next vacation. And then we're going to take this information and head to our next step. Tip number 2 is to go to Scott's Cheap Flights. Now, this is a membership-based website, and it costs, I think, about $49 per year. But as often as I travel, I like to keep the membership because what they do is they scour the internet and find the absolute best prices on flights and trips from my home airport. In my case, it's from LAX. So it sends me, anytime they find something, a really great deal from LAX, they send it to me. This is also a place where you can go and search and see what great deals are available now. So this is my step number 2, because now I know my budget and I know kind of the feel and vibe that I'm going for. I go to Scott's Cheap Flights to see if they happen to have a great deal that might fit the bill and might work for me. So that is my next place that I go. And you know what? I'm gonna stick a screenshot of it right up here so that you can see what I mean. So this is the area where it shows the deals, and I can quickly search through and see if any of these locations fit my budget and fit the kind of thing that I wanna do. And if they do, I'm gonna make a quick note of them, where Scott Cheap Flight says that I should book it, and any details that it says as far as when I can go. I'm going to note those down, so those might be a part of what I decide of potential destinations. Tip number 3 is to go to Skyscanner or Google Flights to get some travel inspiration. So now that you know your budget, you know kind of the vibe you're going for, I always go to one of these 2 places, Skyscanner or Google Flights, and I do the trip inspiration website. And I'm going to put that also up right here so that you can see what I mean. And what it shows is it shows the entire globe from your home airport, what the potential destinations are. And so you can actually go drill down based on whether you want nonstop, 1 or more stops, and also how much money you're willing to spend. So if you know you only want to spend $500 on a trip and about what month you want to go, you can go ahead and set that, and it will show you all of your options for that price range. Now, what I do from there is I look at the individual prices, the ones that meet my needs, and the areas I think will fit the style that I'm going to want to be. And then I choose the countries and cities that look like they might fit both of my needs. And I go ahead and note those down. And this is a great way to have inspiration for potential places to go that meet your budget and the style of travel that you want to do. Okay, so now that you have at least a couple cities written down, my next tip is to go to YouTube and start researching those cities. So let's say you have 3 cities that you've chosen that are in your budget and are kind of the style that you're looking for. What I do is I go to YouTube and I start researching those areas. So will say for instance, it's London is one of your choices. I would say, travel to London, travel, if it's a family trip, family travel to London, or if it's a solo trip, solo travel to London. So start researching those keywords, because a lot of YouTubers have been to those places, have videoed their time there, they have a vlog of the time there, and can give you a better idea of what the experience is gonna be, what maybe the food is like, what the currency exchange or money situations, safety, recommendations for where to stay, recommendations for what to do. You can get so much information from the YouTube videos. So what I do is I search all of the cities that I've noted as potentials. And from that, I can usually narrow it down maybe to the next top 2 or 3. I can really narrow it down based on those videos. I can really get a good feel for what I'd be doing and the budget. So if you're watching a video and okay, your airfare is within your budget, but if you're watching a video and the people are telling you, oh my God, it's super expensive here. Oh, I can't even, it's just so expensive. Then you might not want to pick that area. Or if you're watching a video and they say, well, it's a sleepy little town and there's not much to do, but you can lay around at the pool, and you're wanting an adventure vacation, then maybe that's not the right destination for you. So once you've done your YouTube research, you should really be able to narrow down your options and bring it to within maybe your top 1 or 2 destinations, so that you can go to the next step and finally pick your number 1 top destination. My 5th and final step for finding the perfect destination for you is to do some research on your lodging potential in that area. So whether it is a hotel, whether it's a resort, whether it's an Airbnb or a Vrbo or camping, whatever it is that you think you might want to do as far as staying there, I want you to, what I usually do is go research what those options are. A big place I like to go to is TripAdvisor, because that will give me firsthand reviews of the different, say it's a hotel or a B&B. It'll tell me what people's experiences are, what their ratings are, ideas for where to stay and what to do if it's local to a bunch of different things. I also, again, look at YouTube for where to stay in London or wherever, and get an idea of what my options are. I'm looking here for price. So again, if you pick an area and you go to the lodging and everything is super expensive and you can't fit it in your budget, then you can't go to that location. Or if you go and there's no hotel options and you're hoping, or no camping and that was what you were hoping to do, then at least it helps you narrow it down. So this is the 5th and final tip that I use to help really focus down and decide the best destination for me. Okay, so these 5 top tips and tricks for how to pick your destination are what the professionals use to pick destinations for themselves and for their clients. By going through these 5 tips, you'll be able to really hone down and really decide the top places that you would like to go, and ultimately the single best place that you would like to go for your next vacation. Now, if you found this helpful, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you won't miss our next videos. As I said, this channel is all about travel tips and tricks from professionals, destination reviews, and travel inspiration, and we'd love to have you join us. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I want to wish you a fantastic day and happy travels. Bye-bye.